YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Can you guys believe it's already July? Like, we're moving into the second part of the freaking year. Next thing you know, we're gonna be talking about turkey and stuffing and Christmas. Oh my goodness, I am not ready. But nonetheless, July is one of my favorite months other than November, because my birthday. But this month is truly one of my favorite months because it means so much to me. Not that the other months don't, but it's just, you always have that month that really took you through something or maybe inspired you in some type of way. Well, July is definitely one of those months for me. July changed my family's life dynamics, all of that. Like, it was already changed before, but July really changed our lives, and I'm about to tell you why. When my son was born, he was born with congenital heart defects. Literally day one of his life, we found out that he had heart problems. They said he had a heart murmur and a hole in his heart. And if many of you do not know, congenital heart defects is basically having abnormal defects within the heart. It can be anything. There's so many different types of defects that they can have. Like my son, he was actually born with VSD, which is ventricle spectral defect. Really hope I'm pronouncing that right. And that's just basically like the lower chambers of the heart having issues. Make it simpler, because I was one of the people like, what does that mean? And secondly, a lot of people really do not know what congenital heart defects is. They don't even know that a lot of babies have it. Like 1 out of 100 babies will freaking have heart surgery, heart defects. It's a sad situation, and I was one of those parents. That's why I wanted to do this video, to share with you guys my story, because July is a month that I look as also a second birthday to my child. This will be his 4th heart anniversary, so I'm just really grateful and blessed that my baby is still here. He's still thriving, striving, and I just wanted to inspire maybe some other heart moms out there who are afraid of the journey that may come, because a lot of babies don't have heart surgery, but my son did. And I was always saying, my baby ain't gonna need no heart surgery, but I fell in the lines of him needing heart surgery. Day one of his life, we found out, cardiologist came in, was like, boom, your son has a heart murmur and he has a hole, and we need you to come see us in 3 months so we can check on his hole. And just to kind of fast track this story a little bit, we went back and forth for about every three months. Things were looking great. Then that's when it started getting bad, and they told us that the left side of his heart was increasing. The hole just wasn't closing. It was just making the left side do some other things that could potentially kill my baby if he would end up getting hit, or if he would play a sport, you know, just things that they were really scared of. So we had an appointment to go check on it. This was kind of like the last thing that they would do before making the decision of heart surgery. And we went. I remember me and my husband and my son going. We went, and we were so positive. We went in there, you know, the lady doing his heart scan, you know, and we're looking. I'm just sitting there nervous, like, Lord, what is this cardiologist going to tell me today? And the news was devastating. She basically told us, spit it right on out, and said the heart is not making any changes. We're basically going to do a round table where all the doctors come together and to determine if your son will need heart surgery, and we'll give you guys a call within the week. When I say that was the longest couple days of my entire life, I was like, oh my goodness, like I cried so bad, like, and then people was blowing me because people were like, well, everything's gonna be okay. I really cannot stand when folks tell you that everything is gonna be okay. It's like when a person is going through something so traumatic at that moment, like, shut up, don't tell nobody that it's gonna be okay. No one wants to hear that, okay? Like, no one wants to hear it. And we get the phone call, you know, like I said, and he had to get heart surgery. So we had to schedule a meeting to go meet with the heart surgeon. And his heart surgeon was really freaking cool. He, Dr. Luca at John Hopkins, he was the bomb. He explained everything, gave us even gave us his personal number if we had any questions. You know, like it felt right. It felt really great, because having heart surgery, your child having heart surgery is something major. So like, to have a heart doctor who really cared made the process 10 times easier. So we felt good with it. And then, you know, he basically explained the process, that they would stop his heart, they would crack his ribs. Basically, he would be kind of zoned out. And that's why I feel like July is the second birthday, because when you think about someone stopping your heart, I think about not really being here anymore. And through the grace of God, he was able to come back to me and his dad. And that's why July is just such a powerful month for me. And I took something very positive from this journey. I created a brand in honor of him. I created a brand called Heart Armor. And Heart Armor is basically an apparel line representing congenital heart defects, especially my little baby. I have a superhero theme with him actually on my t-shirts. You know, just raising awareness, you know, bring such positivity to something that can sometimes seem like a Debbie Downer. You know, just spread it out to the world, you know, like standing together with CDHD, because a lot of folks do not know about it. And you know, we went through something so traumatic, you know, that just creating this brand really helped me, and it's still helping me. You know, I created it, and sometimes I say, wow, I can't believe I created something so positive in honor of him. And I actually had like a designer like create my little baby as a little superhero, and I'll put a photo of him, you know, the superhero theme, like right here, so you guys can check it out. And I'll also put a link below so you guys can check out my store if you wish. Not obligated, but if you know someone who's going through kind of a similar journey as me, tell them to check this video out and check out my store. But after all of that, before creating the brand, just going through the stay, my son just going through the stay of being in the ICU, then being into, you know, the regular hospital phase where he had to be taken care of. He had to stay a whole week in the hospital. So it was a lot. And just seeing my baby just go through so much, it was just like, whew, you know, like you just go, whew, Lord, okay, I trust you. I really trust you. We know the hard part is over. Now is the recovery phase. And let me tell you something. They had the nerve to tell me my son would have more energy after having heart surgery. I'm like, more energy than what he already has? Like, oh my gosh. But we end up getting to leave the hospital a day early. That was like the greatest news I could have ever received, because my baby was doing so great. And like, that was a sign, like, keep staying faithful in this journey. You know, never lose your faith, because God will definitely bring you through. And so I was off with him for about 6 weeks. You know, his recovery phase kind of went a little quick. You know, he was still energetic, but we couldn't really be around a lot of kids. I found out about 2 years ago that his aorta started to grow. And if a lot of you don't know, that is like the main thing in our hearts. So I'm just praying that, you know, that bad boy doesn't keep increasing like the left side of his heart once did. But all I can do is just keep positive, and that's why I created Heart Armor, to keep me focused, because sometimes when you're a heart parent, you can really like worry yourself sick just of the process that you have to go through, because sometimes you think, oh my goodness, like, why is this happening to me? You know, why am I a child? And you know, you can't think that. You really cannot think that, because you know, I look at my son and I see how intelligent he is. I see how outgoing he is, silly, goofy, you know, and I look at that. I don't look at him being a heart warrior as like just everything. That's just a percentage of him, which makes him extra cool, because he has a little, you know, a scar down his chest. That makes him extra cool in my eyes, and that's why I feel like he's my little heart warrior, you know, and he keeps me going. He's a busybody as I don't know what. He'll be 6 in November. But yeah, you know, that's why I want to do this video. I really hope that this video can inspire someone out there, because I have gotten a lot of people have inboxed me like, hey Steph, you know, What do you suggest for a person who found out that their child has CDHD, you know? And my number one thing is pray. It's okay to cry, but just know that you can get through the journey, you know. It is not the end, you know, and that's all you can do is just stay encouraged and surround yourself with people that really understand the process of what it is to go through heart surgery, because a lot of folks really don't know. And there isn't a guide saying that your child won't have heart surgery. So it's perfectly okay to say, well, what if my son or my daughter may need heart surgery? It is okay to think of the possibilities, because I thought of those possibilities, and then it ended up happening. And even though it shocked my world, it allowed me to say, but you know what, Steph, at least the problem is being fixed. You know, you no longer have to really worry too much. Like, of course you're gonna worry, but you know, you don't have to worry as much. And talk to your cardiologist if you have any questions. That's what they're there for. That's why they get paid the big bucks. I'm sorry, like, those bills are outrageous. So call them, tell them what you are afraid of, and ask them many questions, because at the end of the day, that's your baby. That is someone you birthed into this world, and you're paying them. That's just how I feel. Like, you're paying them. Like, John Hopkins has it so that I can go online, I can look at all my son's test results when I go and see his cardiologist. Like, we go back in August to check on his heart, and I can go on there and all his paperwork's on there. So like, that gives me a sense of like, okay, cool, we can do this, you know. But find local foundations that you may want to join. Like, I follow the Mended Hearts. You know, they sometimes have like little events going on. And then I have my brand, Heart Armor, that keeps me really focused, you know, and just brings positivity to my life. Like, I look at my son as on the superhero team. I'm like, look at my baby. My baby is a superhero. Like, he did something many have not gone through at a young age, 1.5 years old. So you really just have to think positive. Please don't overthink, because I overthink like out the tail. I mean, it's just natural, but you just have to stay positive. Next year, I'm praying that I can do like something really big, because it'll be 5 freaking years of being a heart warrior. So I really want to like put on a big event and have like so many people come out. I have so many things planned. That's why I really want to share this with you guys today. You guys can stay on this journey with me and Malik, and you get to understand like a little bit more like what goes on in cardiologist appointments, or just the whole process in itself. So thank you guys for checking this video out. Hope it wasn't too long. Hope it didn't ramble a lot, but I really just wanted to do this video so you guys can get a sense of our journey, because it has been a journey. Going on 6 years of being a CDH warrior and being a heart mom. So I really hope that you guys like this video, and please share it with maybe someone who's worried about the process. Maybe my story can kind of inspire them in some type of way. And if you have any freaking questions, do not hesitate to email or put it, because if you may not feel comfortable putting it under my YouTube video, so email. The email will be right down below. And just check out my site, so that maybe you may want to support and rock with me and Malik. And that's it, guys. So stay tuned for my next video, and God bless y'all.